This episode is in partnership with Novotel Nairobi Westlands. This exquisite hotel provides a high level of comfort and relaxation for all leisure, wellness, and business guests. Joining me is Teresa Wandene, an educator and proud founder of Lorettto School, where your child's potential is nurtured one step at a time. In this show, we'll dive into the joys and challenges of early childhood education and share practical insights on building a thriving education business that's rooted in care, creativity, and community. Whether you're a fellow educator, a parent, or a budding entrepreneur, I'm so glad you're here. This is What's Your Story Africa podcast. My name is Catherine Mwangi. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another inspiring conversation this week. You know how we do. It's the stories of people that are bringing change or making change, having an impact here in Africa to the people of Africa. So you could be based outside of Africa, whichever continent it is, but your work serves the people of this great continent. And so with that, you're most welcome. I have with me a lady whom I just met, it's not even a month, and we met virtually, okay, and then a phone conversation. And here we are because, again, we roll like that. There are no bureaucratic processes here. It's you have a great story, it's impacting your community, your country, and you find yourself sharing your story with the rest of Africa on this platform. Miss Teresa Wandene, welcome to What's Your Story?
Thank you.
I love your turquoise jacket.
Thank you.
I really do. Colors of the sea. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Hope you too.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Who has told you to sit like this and not use your arms? You, Mukoma, you're misadvising our guests.
No, I didn't need, I was just straightening the jacket. It's not the...
Can you please feel free? Hey, carry what?
No, there she was.
There
She
you
was
go.
crossing her legs. It was okay. If that was comfortable for you.
What? I want her to be free.
Yeah,
Please.
she was. She was with
No, she was not. She was not free. She was. The free I saw her there. She's not the one here. I want her free.
Yeah.
I
You
saw her
actually
doing the
made her
intro.
more
Not here.
like
Where
this.
Tiga?
That we were just aligning
I
the
will move her
jacket.
here next week.
This was her power. You know, she had said, this is her power.
Your power leg.
Like,
As long as you're comfortable.
I mean, this is
Your power
That's-
source.
yes, that's
confidence.
I like that. It's just a jacket.
We're
she was
about to have a
training.
very confident conversation.
Yeah. That's good. Thank you.
Teresa, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
When I read your story, I was very, very inspired because, again, you're the founder director of Lorettto School. First, I find the name very unique, and you see how I'm slowly pronouncing it because I do not want to confuse the letters in the name. I was very inspired because first it involves children, and you are impacting, you're shaping the minds of these young people, and into becoming this, people who they'll become after their purpose at a later age. So I heard Oprah once say, the best, most critical profession, according to her, was teachers, and especially teachers of kids at that age, because you're shaping their minds into becoming people of impact, people of change. So if that doesn't happen there at that stage, if they have the wrong influence, then you lose a whole generation.
Sure.
So your story, just reading that and how you started, I'm like, what? She started with two kids. One of them was hers.
Yes.
One of them was yours. So literally one child from outside. But it's your story to tell, so here we are. So we'll start, let's build the story around Maria and we'll walk back through the rest of the story that you shared. Yes. So how do you then decide, I'm going to start a school?
All right. What happened is I'm an educator by profession.
Okay.
I studied B.Ed at the University of Nairobi, and I'm very passionate about education.
Yeah.
So I used to take my school to a school near Kianda School. So when my neighbor moved, I thought of calling this lady and told her that why can't we start a school here so that we don't have to be bringing the kids all the way. And then the level she was at that time, she was looking for expansion. So she did not buy the idea. So we have this group that we have, we call ourselves the professionals from my village.
Okay.
Yeah, we are 10 of us. And I sold the idea to them. I did a business proposal, and they came to the premises, and unfortunately for the idea, 6 were not. So we could not continue. So I told myself, something was pushing me to do that, and I was like, now, I cannot just give up because people have said they're not taking up the idea. So I sat with my husband and I told him, oh, look here, by the way, why can't we start a school here? And considering the amount of expenses that associated with it, he was a bit shy about it.
Right.
You know, you're starting a school from scratch, you have to pay a rent of about 50,000 and stuff like that. You know, he was like, how are we going to manage this?
Yeah.
But I did not stop there. I pushed him. I went to my knees and I told God, this must happen, because I was seeing like this is something I want to do, because I have a lot of passion for children. Like from the church, there's some girls I mentor the small kids, and seeing them grow to people who are people in the society makes me very proud. You know, who are disciplined, who fear God, and they have good morals. So he said no. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Right.
So I said that I'm not going to push it further. So I just, one day, the neighbor who had moved had come over the weekend. So I wanted him to go and see the facility. You know, you have to persuade with lessons and make things work. Eh?
Yes.
So he came, I walked him through the property. He's like, oh, by the way, not a bad idea. So he's like, how much were they asking for the deposit? I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. So he supported me through that, and we were able to pay the deposit for the house. And we were actually just opening to just start up, you know, just put the benches and register and all that. We were not ready to pick any children by that time. Because you see, it was sometimes in September 2015. So we set up the desk and all that. And so one day when I was just seated in my office, I'm seeing a lady walk in with a kamzungu, you know, like a girl was from Britain. She's like, I've walked around here and I've seen it's the only place my child can fit. I was like, oh my God, I am not ready to start. But do you say no? I could not say no.
Cannot say no.
So she came and took the uniform, and I remember I sent my husband a photo of that baby playing with the toys in the school. I'm like, our dream is valid. So I sent him that photo, and you know, that's how we started. So my boy was, Sammy was 2.5 years. He had to come to school in diaper. How does Panhola stay in school alone?
Panola needed a schoolmate.
Yes, yes.
How old was she, this baby?
She was 3.5. What? Yes, so I had to now bring this boy, my boy, to school, and he came, and at least there were 2 of them, the playmates there. Then I had to get a teacher very fast. By Monday, they had come on a Thursday. By Monday the following week, I had a teacher.
What?
Because, you know, I cannot teach and then do so many, so I had to get a teacher. And a teacher came on board, and we started. And I was excited because my story was like, oh, there are people who are here. I mean, this is a good thing.
So it felt like, it feels like, rather, God was validating your dream.
Yes.
Within, I mean, no sooner you hadn't even opened. You're not ready to open.
Yes.
And here is not just a local, not a Kenyan.
Yes.
A foreigner.
Yes.
Parent who brings in her child and said, we've come to start. Huh?
Yes.
My goodness.
Yes.
And how long was the period of time you had to convince your husband that, hey, we need to do this. We really need to do this?
About 1 month.
Oh, just a month.
Yes, I almost gave up at some point.
Within that month, eh?
Yes, you know when you like, you see like there's no, you're like, but then what do you think about it? No.
Yeah.
I don't think it's valid. I don't think it's viable. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But finally he agreed.
Yes.
Yes.
So something was still burning.
Yes,
you.
yes, it was pushing me to do things, and I'm like, why is this not happening?
Yes.
Yeah. And then one of my friends told me that, Teresa, I don't even know why you're getting other people to help you learn it. Just do it yourself. You're capable. You can do it. And then what I did is that I did a very nice branding, because my branding was my background.
Okay.
Yes, so I did a very nice signages and positioned myself very well.
Yeah.
So people started associating me with a lot of, it is a very expensive school. And then I was seeing Mzungu in the school, they're like, this must be very expensive.
Very expensive.
Very expensive. So parents could walk in and they come and ask me, how many kids do you have in the school? 2. So like, I don't want to be in a place where there are no children. My heart is broken. So like, if you don't bring me children,
Yeah.
how are we going to beat these numbers? I remember our first graduate was one boy. Yes, one boy. Graduation, our first graduation was one boy.
One boy.
Yes, one boy.
Jeez.
And we did a graduation. We ate a cake. We gave him gifts, and we were happy.
And the school by this time had how many kids?
That time we were about eight
Eight.
children in the school.
Right.
Yes.
And one boy graduated, and
Yes.
we made it all about
He
him.
was happy. We were happy, and we made merry.
Yes.
And you know what happened is we used to have, after that, some time, Panola went back to her country. She was here on holiday. So we were left about, there were 4 boys. So this time I asked God, oh my God, it's January. We're supposed to be admitting children. No one is coming. So I'm like, guy, is my dream still valid? And you know the way it pushed my husband to start this school,
Yeah.
there's no way it was going to fail.
No.
There was no way, no. So this day I asked God, oh my God, are we still together in this? Let me tell you, my friend, that day I admitted 3 girls. 3 girls one day. And I said, my dream is valid. I cannot go back. And then after that, you know, the kids started coming in, pouring in and all that. And
Yes.
because of the quality of what we were giving, people started, you know, our kids from my school, they speak the Queen's English. Yes.
Tell me more
They
about
will
that.
not tell you broccoli. They tell you broccoli.
They will. It is Queen's English.
You know that, you know, you look at this,
Polished.
you're like, oh no. And then I tell you for free that you see our kids walk in the streets,
Yeah.
you will pick them from the crowd. Yes.
What are they being taught there?
Yes.
What are you
Manners
teaching them?
and how to carry themselves out.
Ah.
Again, we teach them a lot about how to do things the hard way.
Okay.
We don't do things for them. You want to tie your shoelaces, you're not able to do. Struggle until you're able to do that.
Okay.
I tell them, you want to polish your shoes? I don't know how to hold it upside down. Do it. Somehow you will make it.
Yes.
I tell my parents, don't make beds for them. Let them pull the duvet close. I mean, you're teaching them value. You're teaching them
Yes.
responsibility.
Yes.
You don't eat your food, then you leave your plate.
plate.
We're supposed to collect for you.
Wow.
You know, those small things. And I see them getting a lot of value. This one parent, actually, I was so happy. She came to my office. I told my teacher mom. They call me teacher mom. By the way. That's
Teacher
my
mom.
name. Yes.
Oh.
So this girl, the lady comes visiting, and then the dress she was having was a lap like this, and then it was a bit exposed. It was exposing her, and then the girl went to the bedroom, and then came with a lesson. Why are you showing us your thighs? Those are private parts.
Her daughter or
A daughter, a student in my school,
what?
who is 4 years old.
What?
Yes. You see, if you touch the matter about these values, they will never forget. They will never forget.
That's true.
Yes, they know, you know, we teach them how to welcome visitors. You don't just come and sit at them like,
No.
you're just guessing it. These are way we welcome visitors. You know, we teach them how to take turns. You remember that most of the kids we're getting, maybe 3-year-olds, we are firstborns.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to share things. You know, my toys, toys
Yes.
born. Then there's a way we sing for them. We tell them sharing is caring. Yes.
And they
Sharing is
get
caring.
that.
You know, they get that. And,
Yes.
you know, those small things. Those are the small details that matter.
Yes.
And the moment you train them that, they will never forget. Yes. Because you see that my 2 boys in the school, so maybe they want something and I don't give them. Teacher mom, sharing is caring.
Even your own boys call you teacher mom.
Yes, they call me teacher. So it is something that you want to see happen, and you know, changing the lives of these small kids from the time they come to school. They are crying their heart out.
Yeah.
You know, they're crying to their parents. Then after 2 weeks, they're settled.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what are you doing to my children? I remember there's one parent who came to inquire for school.
Yeah.
And the boy just, he's in the system, he loves it. So the mom was like, what magic are you doing here? You're just child friendly. That's it. Because the boy went to class and he forgot where the mother was, and he was okay and was happy.
Yes.
So the minute you make an environment children conducive, everything happens. And then I keep telling people that for a hotel, is a chef. For a school, is a teacher. You just have to choose. You don't just employ teachers. You have to get the best.
How do you determine this is the teacher for my school?
What we do a very intensive interview.
Okay.
The first thing I do it on phone. Yes. So if you're speaking the Mlima English, I know that is out. You see, I have first of all to listen to how is your spoken in English. Then number two, I ask you to write an application letter. There's a form we fill, and there's so many things I check there. Once you do your application letter, and then I find there's so many typo errors, grammatical errors.
No.
We're not together.
Wow.
Yes. Number three, we do it in a class setting. Like you come and you teach. I tell you to prepare for a lesson, prepare the documents. You know, for teaching, we have the lesson plan, we have the scheme of work.
Yes.
You prepare your lesson notes, so you prepare and then go to class and you teach. And I come and sit there and you teach when I'm in class.
In your presence?
Yes. Yes. In my presence, and of course, our head teacher. I don't want to be biased.
Yes.
So we are actually the head of the kindergarten, the teacher and myself. We sit and then we compare notes. Then the things we look at is how are you relating with the kids? Are you warm with the kids? Do they like you? Because the kids are ages. If you come to class and you see them, they're all over. There's a problem.
What?
Yes. After that is when now we're able to do another interview where you come and you're able to be with the kids the whole day. Yes, yes. My office where I sit is I had to do this. It's called a one-way glass where I'm able to see you and you're not seeing me.
The ones that are like the bank.
Yes.
You can see inside and then the bankers see this one.
Yes. So I'm able to see the way you're interacting with the children. I'm able to see, are you for us or you're not for us?
Wow.
Yes. Something else I say is that attitude is everything. The rest we can train. Yes.
So it's such a thorough process.
You have to be thorough.
Yeah.
Because you want to give quality, that's when you can get quality.
Yes.
Yes.
So 2015, 2016 is when you had your first graduate.
Yes.
One boy.
Yes. He was called TJ.
TJ.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, last year, this year, how many do you have graduating?
All right. This year, the ones who are graduating, they're 15.
Wow.
Yes, because you see what happens is that we have a limit for a class. We don't want to have like you have a class that have 50 children. You're not able to give quality. We have some limits.
Yes.
So the kids who come and we try our level best to maintain them and mentor them, because you see, you realize that in a normal class setting, we don't want to call them slow learners. We call them time takers. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, because there's a child that you when the teacher teaches the teacher concept, they get it like this. Others will take some time.
Yes.
So what we do with these time takers, we usually have some time with them over the holidays. They come for 1 week, and then the teachers are able to have time with them so they can be able to catch the others. And then we say that I've realized there's some kids who are the time takers, but they're very good in other co-curricular activities. And CBC is all about talent.
Yes.
Yes. How are you able to bring out this talent in the child?
Yes.
Yes. I'm not very good in mathematics, but I'm the best in music. You see, I have one boy who is a serious time taker, but he's an organizer. The teacher asks where the rubber is, he knows for everyone. You're looking for the duster, he knows where it is.
Yes.
Yes. So you see, these are things that that's why we sometimes try to maintain our quality, because you're able to know. I actually, by now, if you ask me the kids in my school, I know who is strong in what, who is not, and who is able to do ABCD. And that is what it entails. Once you understand your clientele, and understand your students, things run very well. Yes.
So from 2 kids, with one being yours, now you're standing at how many kids?
What I always said about that question, I don't like putting numbers.
Yes.
Because I say numbers is just a number. Just can be 100, 200, 300. But what are you doing with what you have? Yes. What are you doing with what you have? When those kids leave this school, like just the other day we had gone to benchmark in another school, and my kids gave me a lot of complaints.
Here in Kenya?
Just here in Nairobi. So I was telling one of my parents, my long-serving parents, like, for these kids to get a school that matches our quality, it's going to be difficult.
Wow.
There's one boy, the mom told me, "Teacher, mom, I don't care what we're going to do. We're going to junior school and you have to give us a junior school."
What?
You see, she told me, "I don't care what we're going to do. Just get those and we have to go to junior school."
Like,
because they're asking me, where are we going to take our children? Yes, because after grade 6, we go to junior school.
And you don't offer junior school yet?
At the moment, now we have now you see, after we started, we didn't want actually to go to the primary school. I just want to do a small, nice kindergarten, make it nice. Let those 2 kids, they graduate, to go to other schools. The parents sat me down with a cup of coffee. And they asked me, "Teacher, ma'am, why do you want us to take these children? You do whatever you have to do. Tell chairman to buy land and do whatever, but we need to have these kids here."
What?
Yes.
So
those are the things that these parents push me, and they're like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?" Just the other day, we were constructing a dining hall. And then one of the boys is just walking, and casually he's like, "Chama, you know what? Grade 7 and 8 under construction." I'm like, "Oh my God." What? How do you tell that child that you're not going to continue? What?
So the parents and the kids are the ones being used to tell you, by the way, you need to expand.
Yes. Let's move. Let's do this. Let's do this. What do we do?
And so what are you doing?
I have no choice but to expand.
Right.
Yes, I have no choice but to expand. Because God was blessed us. Because that time we had reached that other premises, the owner came and they wanted to develop the property. We started with a list property.
Yes.
So my heart was broken. Now that the school has taken off, I have children. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Where do I go
Where
from
do I
here?
take them?
But I told myself, where there is a will, there is a way. So that day, I remember it was on a Friday. And I told my husband, "Oh my goodness, what are we going to do?" But you see, I could not have stopped the owner from developing their property, because you see, if you need it that time, and I was like, "Oh, there must be a way for this." And I say, sometimes not all problems are bad problems. Sometimes some problems push you to your blessings. So what I did when they came on a Friday and told us that is the intention they have, so they give them some time to prepare and do that, I called one of our brokers for that, and I told him, "Chenga, do you have a property that is on sale within Kidfarmaco?" So he's like, "Yeah, but there is one just near where you are." I told him, "Can we see it tomorrow?" So this guy came, and in the morning, he came before us. Actually, we were supposed to meet at 10, so he was there by 9. And then he came and showed us the property, and like, "This is the price, whatever. This is the much I'm selling it for." Do you know what happened? He told us, like, "You guys, if you give me 3 million, I'll give you time to pay the rest. And then you can assume occupation." Do you know, we did bargain. We did bargain. Because you see, just telling you that you can give you 3M and you assume occupation. What would you think? And the other side, you are the one who wants the land. What do you do? So God was pushing me to our blessings, but me, I was saying it is a problem.
Yes,
Now
that
it like
time.
it was a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
So you're able to acquire the property. Now you see when you are your property, you're able to do whatever you want to do with it.
Yes.
You can construct your classes, you can do whatever you want to do with it. And actually, that was after COVID. Then come the time the schools were supposed to open after COVID, the paint is not dry.
Good.
The plaster is not finished. So what do you do? And the school is supposed to open on Monday. I called the parents. You guys, come to school and see what is teacher ma'am. This is our property. Even if you want 2 weeks, let it dry. We will come to school and learn. And we accepted the opening with 1 week.
What?
What was I to do? You see, it was
not
just, you know, you like now they were like, and then they started telling me, they started confessing, teacher ma'am, now we are good. Now we can see there is a future of this school. The other side, we were worried. Where was your space for expansion? You understand?
Yes.
So you see now the parents started getting a lot of confidence from us. And
Yes.
I can tell you that, and I'll tell anyone who is running a business,
Yes.
be very patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself too hard.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't be quick to making money. The time of making money is coming. Because you realize that the way we started with 2 children, one was mine, so only one child was paying school fees.
Yes.
I was paying rent, I was paying the bills, and I was doing so much.
Yeah.
But then after some time, give yourself time. Don't beat yourself. Be patient. Trust the process. You know, that time parents could come, and you're like, they come ask for the school, give them the fee structure, they go then. The following day you find them wearing a uniform for a different school. I was broken. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yes.
And you know, from that time, slowly, we never used to have closing days. How do you have a closing day for 6 parents? How? We used to sit down. We have our chef who is called Joroge. He makes us samosas, some snacks. We eat, we make fun, and we go home. And we have those photos. We share them in the group.
Yeah.
And we're so happy to see, like, we could not do a closing day. How do you do a closing day with 5 parents?
No.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, but you just have to be patient and trust the process. Nowadays, I see parents come. How much is the school fees? Is there an opportunity for me to remember? If you delay, this class is almost free.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So now people have already started learning how our school is, how it works, and they've trusted the process. So it's a matter. I will tell anyone who is starting a business: be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself too much. Don't be quick to making money. But the time for making money is coming. And then I realized that so many schools are within my locality.
Is that so?
So what is going to make a parent bring their child to our school and not any other school?
So your differentiating factor,
Yes.
which was what?
Talent.
I
can tell you, Catherine, before I even got one child, I invested in a piano that costed me 350,000.
Piano?
Yes.
For what purpose?
Training. Music. Yes.
You're a music teacher?
No.
Or you want to hire?
Yes, a music teacher to come and teach. You know, many parents, I've realized, like personally, I realized, like now, you know, I was brought up in the village. And you know how we went to school without shoes? Yes, and we were beaten very hard by our teachers sometimes when you're late. You know, it was tough.
Yes.
We went to those toilets that you look at them nowadays, like, how do these kids go?
Yes.
But that's how we were brought up. So you have to differentiate yourself from the market. What is it that the market is not giving? So if you look at how we position ourselves is in this talent, is like get a music teacher. I'm not just in a music teacher. You will not come to my school and just think that you're just there. No.
What
Give
are
me
they
quality.
singing?
Give me quality. Wow. I want my kids to compete and go to nationals. If they don't, then there's a problem. I can tell you, like music, our kids are going up the national level. We have chess, like the
chess.
Yes, chess.
Wow.
Yes, my kids. You talk about chess. My Lorettto is chess.
What?
Yes, but our coach is one lady called Joyce, which is very good. She's actually ranked the highest female in chess training.
And she teaches in your school.
Yes.
So
I can tell you for free when we go for chess. We have our brand that is our colors are yellow, golden yellow. It's called golden yellow, Tivoli gold. Let me not say yellow. Tivoli gold.
What is it?
Tivoli Gold and Oxford Blue.
It's not just blue and gold.
Yes,
No,
yes, Tivoli
it is-
Gold and Oxford Blue. Those are our colors.
Okay.
So every time we go for church, they see those kids
Colours,
running around
the
the line. There are people who are on site.
They have arrived.
Yes, they have arrived. Yes.
The champs have arrived.
They have arrived. Yes. And what happens is that when you're training these talents, don't just go for anyone.
No.
Quality coaches, quality teachers. That's the only way you're going to push your brand forward.
So let me take you back a bit.
Yes.
To just now when you said in your locality where your school is.
Yes.
It's not the only school.
Yes.
There are many, and everyone is offering more or less the same CBC.
Yes.
So the only difference would perhaps be maybe in school fee structure. But when you observe that, you said my school needs to be above the rest.
Yes.
And so you are not intimidated by the fact that there are other schools in that locality. No.
There are quite many.
And there are many.
Just about over 10 schools. Yes, the competition is high.
But you went in there, in that space,
Yes,
and said, I'm going to be the best.
Yes. How am I going to be different from my neighboring school?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what you're giving. Mm-hmm. And it's quality, it's value.
Quality is my weakness. Yes. Yes.
Quality is your weakness.
Yes. Because why would I ask you to give me your son or your daughter? And then when they go out there, you cannot speak. This is a child from Chairperson school, and this is from another school.
Yes.
There must be a difference. There must be a difference.
There has to be.
Yes.
Where do you find this? What is it about you as Teresa that replicates itself in that decision making, in desiring to be unique? Because this doesn't just come from no. It has to be something in you or about you that then speaks to how you have ran this school.
Number one, Teacher Mom is a go-getter.
Go-getter.
If I want to go to the other side and this is the wall, I'll go through it. What I want. Yes. Number two, I am very keen to small details. Small details. I pick them very fast. Spelling mistakes. That's a problem.
Yeah.
How do kids carry themselves out? There's a way we walk in school.
Oh.
Yes.
You don't just walk.
No. How do you just walk? How
do you just walk in this school? Yeah?
How do you
not just come here to walk.
No. How do you walk? How do you sit? Do you just sit?
No.
There's supposed to be a way you sit. How do you speak?
My God.
Yes.
Yes.
I love quality.
Yes.
I love quality. Because even my husband tells me, you and the way you do things, I appreciate it, but sometimes you're too keen to details. Very keen to details. There's something I will see that you will not see. Yes.
Ooh. So the fact that you have failed before,
yes,
is what has built, the lessons you learned from failure.
Yes,
is what you're saying will not happen now because you learned the lessons.
It can still happen because you see, failure is relative. Like for example, what you do is as a person, you also have to keep learning every day.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Like I cannot just say that I went to college, I learned this. You have to go with the times.
Yes.
Yes, upgrade yourself.
Yes.
Yes, upgrade your skills. You understand?
Yeah.
If, for example, I realize that, for instance, let's just give an example, like maybe the primary section is not working. Will I sit down there and just see it go down?
No.
No. Scale. Scale up.
Yeah.
Scale up.
Yeah. Yes. Unless you're a mad person, that's why you sit and see it go down.
Yes. You see, you look at it like, fine, this is not working. What can I do?
Yes.
Yes. You scale up because you realize that not everything that you do will work. For instance, not everything that you do will work. You see, this is what you have in your mind, and then you have to realize that you're the dream bearer of the school or the institution that you're running. The minute you open a business or leave it to people to run, you're done. Yes, because there's what I have in my mind that I want to see.
Yes.
That I want to see this happen.
Yes.
So you empower people, but you cannot trust them 100% with your dream. Be there, be present. Yes, be present.
Be present.
Yes.
But then, at what point do you then decide to delegate, and what do you delegate?
What I do,
because when you're present, then you will not, you won't be able to say maybe travel to benchmark. So yes, it's your business, you're the dream bearer, I love it. But you cannot be there 100% unless that's the only level you want to stay at. But if you're to meet your mentors, go benchmark, etc., what aspects of your business or your dream, you can't delegate a dream, it's yours, but your business, do you delegate?
That's a good question. What you do is, I can tell you without any fear of any contradiction, teachers in my school work, whether I'm there or not. You build a culture.
Culture.
Build a culture.
Yes.
Because the minute you see the bosses who just keep, like you cannot even sit down, they're after you, they're here. I tell them, I'm not going to follow you. And then is there going to be an exam? The kids don't perform. You understand? And then listen to them.
Yes.
Listen to your employees. Because I tell them that I'm not just their boss. I mean, being a boss is just a name.
Yeah.
I mean, just a name.
Yeah.
Can I teach all the kids in the school?
No.
Respect your teachers. Pay them well.
Pay them well.
Yes. Pay them well.
And when there's no money to pay them?
Sorry?
Back in the day when you're starting, when there was no money to pay, when there was no money, enough money to pay
you make them understand that better times are coming. Yes. And then the minute you make them own your dream and constantly remind them. If you see one going astray, remind them. Call them and have a conversation.
Yes.
Because these are human beings, they're going through so much stress.
True.
Yes, and we have one policy in school that we say, your stress is, please let them at the gate. I tell them, if I come in the morning, I don't say hi to you. Leave me alone. Have a bad day. Yes. The same case, you invite me, you pass, I will not take offense.
Yes.
Because not an everyday, because sometimes you just have bad days. So when you make them, your employees, make them own your dream. Train them. Invest in training. Training is very important.
Yes.
Because the minute you train them, constant training, retooling, they're able to undo. And they're able to learn. We call it learning to unlearn. Yes, because you cannot just be, maybe you taught like the time I went to school, it's a long time ago.
Yes.
Yes, long time ago. So I cannot just say that that's how things are done.
No.
You see, there's the AI now.
Yes.
There is the digital literacy, which is part of the competence that you're teaching in CBC. So you have to go with the times. You cannot just say that I went to school, I cannot do this. No. You have to go with the times.
Yes.
And they go by that, train them. Have a conversation with them.
Yes.
If you see one who is not doing things the way they're supposed to be done, teach them how to behave like a professional.
Yes.
And I keep telling them, you don't just come to school dressed the way you please, no?
Please, can you dress when coming to this school?
If somebody meets you at the road there, will they be able to look at you like, oh, this teacher teaches in the Loreto school? Yes, and I tell them, you don't break a bank to look smart. Just know how you mix your dresses, and like the gentlemen, they always come on, wearing a tie on Mondays. And they look good.
Wow.
The boys are taught how to wear a belt. I think we are taught that mwanaume ni belt, ndio?
Wako hapa watuambie. Hebu tuone belts zenu.
So these small boys, you see them struggling to put on a belt.
Yes.
Like, belt gives you confidence, that kind of put on a tie and things like that. So to answer your question, teach your people, give them space to work. Because I know their bosses were just toxic. They're my friends, I tell them, I cannot be your employee at whatever cost.
Yeah.
If they're too nosy, they can't let people work. Just let people work. Give them your expectations.
Yes.
Give them goals. And make sure that they achieve those goals. But following people all the time, what are you doing? Why are you here? It doesn't work. Give people the freedom to work.
Yes.
And the minute you give them the freedom to work, things happen.
Yeah.
I've also seen it work for our special needs kids who come in the school.
Oh, you have special
We have
needs
some
unit.
autistic children in the school,
Okay.
just a few.
Yes.
And you realize that autistic kids don't want controlled environment. They want to go to run outside, let them go. They want to sit down and let them do it. But the minute you control them so much, they shut. But the minute you let them be,
Yes.
we've seen a lot of them give us a lot of good progress.
Yes.
And we're happy of what you see.
Wow.
Yes, there's those who came to school, they could not speak.
No.
Now they're speaking fluently. Yes. They're not able to do so much in terms of paperwork. They're able to do it now. Why? We let them be. And of course, make the school a friendly place for the kids to love to be there. You should see the hugs I receive when I come in the morning.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they're outside, they come, teacher, They want to hug me. All of them. I remember there's a time I fell down with them. They just want to have a part of me. And that gives me a lot of lessons to move on. Even when the things are tough, because it's not a smooth path.
No.
When things get tough, you see, they just give you a lesson to move on. And then when you see the kids come when they started crying in play group, they were crying their heart out. When the parents go home, they're crying their heart out. But sometimes they're okay, they're settled, and it gives me a lot of confidence. Going back to talent, you have to establish what the child is good at. And at this point, I would tell the parents, like, don't tell your child what you want them to do. Like, because chess is prevailing in school, you have to play chess. No. What I tell parents, let the child choose what they have a passion for. I'll give you an example of my son.
Yes.
My son wanted to do, we started scouting, we expose them to all the activities.
Okay.
Because, of course, at 3-year-olds, you may not tell who is good at what.
Exactly.
So I thought he liked scouting because he was always in the line, they're doing scouting. So I go to buy them uniform with the brother. He's like, Mom, I don't want. I'm like, why? I don't want scouting. So I'm like, fine, it's okay. But you see, some parents will push children because this kind of an activity is doing very well. I want you to be in that. But you realize that your child is a good artist. You understand? Your child is a good footballer, but you want them to become what you want them to become. No. Please, parents, give these children an opportunity to be. Like even the big children. Like I wanted my daughter to do law because she can argue with you until you run away. But she told me, Mom, why do you want me to do law? You want me to go defend someone who has killed someone that is innocent? Is that integrity? I'm like, oh, okay. What do you want to do? IT. I'm like, you have my blessings. But what are parents doing? I want to be a mother to a doctor. Yes. Teacher mom has to be a mother to a doctor. Does he have the passion to be a doctor? Some kids are going to do the whole many years at the campus. They come and give you, Mama, this was your certificate. Let me go and pursue what I'm passionate about.
Yes.
There's actually one boy who did he did medicine. After he finished, he brought the certificate to the mother. He's like, Mom, let me go pursue. This is your certificate. Let me pursue what I'm like. He went to do interior design. And he's flying high because that is his passion.
Yeah.
Because career choice is not about being a mother to a doctor, being a mother to a lawyer. Let them, passion is what drives you. And actually, passion for children is what has brought me to where I am today. Because if I was working for money, I could have closed like 3 years to the business. I could have closed long time ago. But you see, there's that passion that was pushing me.
Yes.
You see, I want to see these kids come up.
Yes.
I want to see these kids do this. I want to do this. So that is what propels you.
Yeah.
No more like, let kids decide for themselves.
You speak to the parents direct there.
Yes.
Take time there and talk to them.
So what I'm telling the parents is like, let the children choose what they want to become. Please, let's not choose for them. Because by so doing, we are killing their dreams and they're not becoming productive in what they're doing. And because they fear us, because you see, when you're told, are you the one who's paying school fees or me? How did you become a doctor? You see, they're breaking and they're actually, you realize that some courses like medicine is not an easy course.
No.
Engineering the same.
Yeah.
So you have to let the children have that passion for that kind. Because even when they finish, they can be able to have self-employment in the areas of interest.
Yes. Wow, that is so, wow. Everything is just connecting the dots. The guest before you also spoke to that, but he's not an educator. But he was also like, he shared his experience with his son. But wow, it's so powerful. So anyway, Maria Loreto, where did that name come from? All right.
When I was starting the business, you have to look for a name that sells.
Oh, okay.
You don't just pick a
name.
Kabau Primary School. It has to be, when you look at it, when you listen to the name, you're like, I knew that Catholic schools do very well, which is true. Look at the Catholic schools we have allowed. They have a lot of discipline and associate a lot of value to them. So when I was looking for a school, for the name for the school, I knew a Catholic name is going to sell.
Okay.
It's working for us.
Really?
Yes. So there's a time, actually during these festivals, we had an issue with one of our boys. The marks were not entered. So when I'm calling this regional coordinator, like, sister! because she thought that I'm a sister, you know,
Yes, yes,
the
the
Catholic
nuns,
nun.
yes.
Like, oh yeah, okay. You know, you don't have to keep
No, you don't have to
explaining
give
yourself.
that.
I mean, yeah. So that's why Maria Loretto's called. I was just looking for a name that can sell. Yes, and also a unique name that you'll not find anywhere else.
Yeah, you will find it, and it's memorable.
Yeah.
Someone remembers. Oh, my child goes to Maria Loretto, and
Yeah.
Eish.
So that is the whole thing. You know, I was just looking for a name that can sell this food. Yeah.
Your background is marketing, isn't it? Because even by the time you're looking for a name that can sell, that's a sales stroke marketing person talking.
Can I surprise you?
Please.
I've never been to a sales class. I think, but I can sell ice to an Eskimo.
You can sell ice to an Eskimo. You've never been to a sales class?
No. Just one certificate I did, and you know these short courses you do when you're on your job. Yeah? But I've never been to a sales and marketing class.
No.
I am a teacher of geography and Kiswahili.
What?
Yes, University of Nairobi.
So the knives you were selling?
Yes.
Those knives. Which period of your life was that?
All right. You know, when we in campus used to have these long holidays. Huh?
Yes.
And where we come from, you will fetch water from the river, and it's not a short distance. Carrying coffee to the coffee factory. It's not funny. So there was no way I was going back to the village during the long holiday.
How long is it from the river to your house?
It's about 1.5 kilometers.
Over Murema?
Yeah, Murema. Inakaa hivi. How do you fetch water? A jerrycan of 20 liters. I was very tiny by then, by the way.
Yes.
Tiny guy. In fact, I remember when I was in high school, no skirt could fit me. It was tiny.
Everything was falling.
Everything was,
petite.
yes. From the sweater to everything.
Yes.
So when during this long holiday, I didn't want to go back home. So I had to get something to do. So that's the time I saw an ad in the newspaper, and I'm like, these guys are selling, they're asking for salespeople. I'm like, why can't I try this? So when we went there, that was some place in Westlands. There was this South African guy called Joachim. And he was bringing a lot of merchandise from wherever. Then he comes and there are these people you give in a bag and go sell and come back with them.
Okay.
So I'm like, wow, it's not a bad thing. I was a bit hesitant. I'm like, hawking. And I'm a university student. The University of Nairobi. How do I start hawking? But let me tell you, Catherine, when we went to that office, there was some magic in it. The one was a very big bell. And the people were very excited. You see people who are psyched. I'm a winner.
Those mantras you say.
What is happening? So the following day, you come, and then you walk with one of the old guys there. So we went with a lady called Pauline. She was very aggressive, young Kaba lady, very aggressive. When she used to wear these heels and stockings. Like, these how things are done. So you walk around with her, see how she's doing it. So like, hey, now, not so bad, but I think I can do this better.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
So sometimes I say, if you, for example, if you're selling water.
Yeah.
Or let me use skuma.
Okay.
A person who never had the privilege maybe to go to school, you will sell your skuma better than this other person. You understand? So me, when I saw they were doing that, like, I don't want to hook. No.
Yeah.
I have to get a smarter way of doing it. So the following day, you were coming with a bag. And we're given these toys. I can still see them. So you're supposed to go around and sell them, buy one, get one free. And that's the time I realized that buy one, get free. It's just a marketing. It's nothing like that. So what you used to do is that you come and get a bunch of knives, body massagers. That was the juiciest part. I'm not even sure whether some of them were working, but so I asked myself, these are body massagers.
Yes.
What are we going to do about them? So I'm like, if I take a matatu from here to Nakuru, I can go to a hospital, talk to the matron, and he will buy one. When he buys one, he's already bought the 10 that you're carrying. Yeah? So like, oh, we are here to make this promotion.
Yeah.
And you're buying one body massager, for your physiotherapy department. And you buy one, you get 10 free.
And that one, they're buying at how much?
About for that time, I think we're doing
the
it for
price
4,000.
of the 10?
Yes, one was 400.
So
So
you're selling at
4,000,
4,000.
buy one, you get 10. And we used to call it God's country. Because when somebody is hurting in the streets of Nairobi,
Yeah.
we come to the sound, you selling this. We have got to Nakuru, spent about, I think that time, 400 shillings.
Yes.
I go to the hospital, sell stuff, and I'm back. Within an hour, I'm back to Nairobi, and I come and ring the bell. I'm done. You have to work smart, my friend.
A very special thank you to our partners and friends at Nulink. Nulink is working to provide renewable energy solution and products. It covers a wide range of products including solar panels, inverters, battery packs, storage cabinets, charging piles, and EV charger. For more details, please contact them at chris@nulinkhk.com.
So with the young people, I always go back to the youth of this country, to the youth of this continent. You see, obviously, every country, I think, in the world, well, let me speak for Africa, the country I know, which is here, you know, plagued with taxes, plagued with responsibilities, plagued with people carrying lots of emotional baggage.
Yes.
You have your degrees, there are no jobs. So you feel like what else? All is lost, you know, because you've been trained. I'll get this degree, I'll apply to this company, I'll definitely get a job. But, you know, the landscape is changed. A lot has changed. Everybody's having to just scale up, skill up level, etc. But then you also we cannot ignore that there's lots of them just either have given up or on the verge of giving up. And those young people, what would you tell them?
All right. I would say that
Speak. Yes.
just speaking from my own experience,
Yeah.
I can say that I'm a trained teacher from the University of Nairobi, but I didn't teach.
You didn't.
My first job, I was employed at MFI Office Solutions. I was selling photocopiers. That's the first job I got. What if I say that I cannot sell copies? I'm a teacher. Give me a teaching job. So what I tell the young people, grab the opportunity that comes your way. Yes. Even if you're an engineer, there comes an opportunity to sell knives. Sell them. Yes. There is no money that is written that I was selling knives. No. The basic line is you have some money in your pocket. And that is why these young people are failing. Because you realize that, for example, I'm a student. I did engineering. I did medicine. There are no jobs. So what do? I sit in the house. I start engaging in drugs. I start getting frustrated. I start getting to depression. Why are you doing that? The job that comes your way, grab it and do it. So don't sit there and wait for your mom or your dad to get you a job. Hit the road. Nobody should know what to do. During our time, who mentored us?
Yeah, tell us.
Yes.
No.
My parents were peasant farmers. So what mom used to tell me is like, you're not going to college. My dad is like, the only thing I can give is education. They supported us to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that capacity to mentor us and tell us what we need to do.
Yes.
And they don't wait for people to get you a job. I have about 100 CVs in my inbox. Get me a job, nitafutie kazi. I'm like, fine, I will forward it to the necessary people, but I'm not assuring you of a job. But what do you do? Apply for those jobs, apply for those internships. When I was running my other business, I remember Sanofi Posture was my biggest client. Do you know how I got them on board?
No.
I gave them a free ad in a hospital planner for the 150,000. Yes, free ad. Yes. After that, I think they were like, she's giving us a free ad to run for a whole year. And I did a lot of business with them.
Yes.
So even don't sit in the house, walk to an engineering company, volunteer your skills. Yes.
Wow.
If you're a doctor, walk to a clinic. Go to and volunteer your skills.
Yes.
Yes. That's how people will see what you're capable of doing. But you're just sitting in the house, free Wi-Fi. You know, nowadays there's free Wi-Fi. You go to your screen like this. People are making money.
Yes.
When you're just there, no. Walk out and and don't just sit there. Do what is available and don't choose. Don't be choosy. This economy, there's no choosing.
No.
Yes. It means making mandazi to make money. Make them.
Yes.
But make them with your engineering in mind.
So what next for Maria Loreto? You're expanding now into junior school?
That is my dream because I have the space. So what I need to do now is sit down and I have no choice, by the way.
Yeah.
What is the choice? You see, the kids are already telling me casually, but grade 7 and 8 under construction. I'm like,
Wow.
What the year?
Wow.
Even then, they know that is where they
angels
need
are
to
talking.
be. The angels are talking. So, and I said that, Catherine, what I say is that if your dream is not scaring you, it's not big enough.
Ooh.
It's not scaring. It's not good enough.
No. Go back and read. It must
If you're
scare
too comfortable,
Yeah.
you like comfort zones.
Yeah.
But the way comfort zones don't work.
No.
It's like I made this money, I'm good.
Yeah.
Get very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Sometimes when you see, for example, when I was doing my other business, if I see some money lying in the bank that I'm not invoicing, I get very worried. What is your money doing in the bank? You're in business.
Where should your money be?
It should be, you should be having orders. Go for those orders, supply. You supply invoice, get paid. But when you see money in your bank and it is not working, there's a problem. Yes, I get very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yes, I need to invoice. I need to do a delivery somewhere for me to be paid.
Yes. What does a scary dream look like in your context? Like what would scare you now?
What would scare me is seeing my dream not working. My Loreto school not working. I don't know what I will do.
Your babies.
My baby.
Yeah.
If there's one business I've enjoyed doing,
Yeah.
this one.
It's this
Yes.
one.
Maybe because it involves children and I've seen them, I've mentored them to be who they are today.
Yeah.
I've seen my teachers mentoring them from a teacher who came who was not a teacher. Now they are teachers that people can reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what gives me a lot of joy and
Feel
hope.
fulfillment.
Fulfillment. When I see my kids go, they do chess and they come. Like the one we had for the Africa Chess Championship, one of them was number 4, position 4. In Africa, yes.
My God.
Yes.
How old is
He's 7 years old.
7?
Yes, 7 years old. That's what gives me how would I, sometimes, I'm not lie to you that this has, sometimes it has messed up, but they have to go through all this stress. Because running a school is not an easy task.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the parents, the children, the teachers, the society. Okay? How many people are those? And everybody has their expectations.
Yes.
So sometimes if I cross this school, what will happen? And then when I look at the people who are benefiting from this school, directly or indirectly, I cannot even think about that's not an option. It has to. We have to be the international brand that we've always been. People tell me this international school, international brand and all that. Actually, there's a guy who was our fundi he was making he was a carpenter. So he finished his work very late. So I asked for his transport from where I'm in the school to the bus stop. And then he looked at me, Madam, you are asking for me transport and you're paying for it. I told him, what is the big deal about it?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you know this school. That heart that you have to help other people, your kids, they'll be brought to this school by a helicopter one day. This school will be a tour.
My God.
That thing broke. I was like, oh my God, this is just a small act of kindness.
Yes.
But then they are seeing, parents keep telling me the international school. I'm like, it is roading. Yeah, because that is my target.
That's your target.
Yes. And I can tell you for free, there is nothing impossible. If you put your mind in it, it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then don't be sorry for a lack of a better word. Think big. Don't think small.
Yeah.
Think big.
Don't limit what God can do with what He's given you.
Because when I look back at where I've come from cutting flowers, to do that, immediately after Form 4.
You were cutting flowers?
Yes.
Which flowers?
Mostly limited. I was working in the flower farm.
What?
Yes. Immediately after Form 4. I didn't want to stay in the village. It was not funny.
No.
To carry coffee.
That water you are carrying from.
No, there's no way we were going to stay in the village.
No.
So my sister was working in a certain company in Juja as a storekeeper. So when I came to visit her, I could go consistently go look for jobs. You know, you should, people used to go in the morning. They start at the gate so that if they need more employees, they'll pick them. So I came to learn that, you know, it was so tiny.
Yeah.
So I came to learn later. I was not being picked because
they can't
I was
see you.
they were looking at this is child labor. You know, now that is later they were telling me, looking at this guy, she's too tiny.
Yeah.
How should be able to cut flowers?
Yeah.
And actually they picked me and we used to earn 70 shillings per day. Yes, we used to stay in Juja.
Wow.
Yes.
So from cutting flowers
Yes.
to selling knives and
Yes.
massage equipment in Nakuru. Buy one, get 10 free.
Get 10 free.
I can never forget that.
Yes.
And now, and selling photocopy machines.
Yes.
And deciding, no, we are starting a school.
Yes.
As in, you didn't even go through this process of, let me teach in a school first so that I get that experience of, no, you went straight to my husband. Can we just open a school?
Yes. Let me tell you, there's one thing that I've learned, and I think that's how I am. Eh?
Yeah.
I don't fear trying. What I ask myself, what is the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen? Okay? What is the worst that, if for example today I say that I'm going to start a recording studio, what's the worst that can happen? You fail, you close down, you do something else.
Yes.
So why are you fearing to fail? And that is what has kept me going. What is the worst that can happen?
That's the question.
Yes, what's the worst? So people should stop fearing, you know, like I'm in a comfort zone and I want to do this. No. And again, I tell people, don't start a business because your friend is doing it and you think she's making money. Please don't. Don't. That's why people are failing terribly. Because they're saying, this is a school, Teresa is doing this school, she's doing so well, I want to open a school, I want to, consult. Yes, and listen to yourself.
Yes.
Do what you're passionate about.
Yes.
Do what you're passionate about.
I have 3 questions for you. Anyone with a question for Teresa? Crew time. Going once. It's my questions. Mukoma, you have schools. The question should have come from you. This one is a trainer, Talanta Institute. That's talent, Talanta.
Wow, nice.
All this production you're seeing here is him.
God.
So here is another trainer. Paka Goliath. Paka Goliath ni wapi? From fellow trainer to this trainer here. A question for Miss Teresa.
Yes.
For me, is just first, it's very inspiring. Your story is very inspiring, and that's why I didn't even want to ask a question because we've answered so many in the process. But that tenacity and what keeps you going, I know you answered in a way, but you can elaborate more. When you have this one child and you have to keep paying bills, not knowing until when. And that shift from these rented premises, I think that was the biggest danger of a school, being in a place you don't own. So how did you handle that uncertainty? That you're in a rented place, you're paying bills, you have one kid in school and you don't know when the next are coming. How do you keep yourself going until these other ones come? And they are coming and going. They are coming and then tomorrow you see them with a uniform for a different school.
What happened is, as I've told you, is number one, you must have a reason of why you have, why.
What's your why?
Understand? The why. Why am I in this business? And then, am I in this business for money? If you don't have business for money, Catherine, you will feel terribly. Terribly. Because money don't just come. And money comes in the process and it takes time. Because sometimes, depending with the business that you're in, to take 5-6 years to start now seeing some serious money coming. So what kept me going is the passion I had for children. And I was coming from another business where I was doing branding, a lot of branding business. And it reached a point that business became very hard in this country.
Okay.
During the Kibaki era. During Moi's time, we used to swim in money.
Okay.
Yeah, the business was good. Business was good. But now here comes the economists. Things started changing for the business people. So just to answer your question is resilience. Know why you're there. Where do you want to go? You know, what is your driving force? Because if I gave up when I had 2 children, will my school be known for chess in this country? These kids, we are realizing that they have a talent. And you talk to most coaches in chess, they went out of the country because of this gap. And I keep asking, and I'll ask you, how many jobs can pay you 1 million for maybe just like in 5 or 10 minutes? How many? How many? Not unless you're stealing. Look at the athletes. How long is 100 meters? If you win, how much money do they bring home? So talent is something we cannot afford to ignore.
Yeah.
And for you to remain in what you're doing and to stay where you are, stay focused and don't give up. Even when things are tough, Catherine, you can imagine that time I had 3 boys. It is January, nobody is coming. They are coming and asking, how many kids do you have in school? 3. I don't want to take my children to schools that have no children. And I also tell people, be very cautious of what you tell beginners in business. So people can kill your dream if you're not careful.
Yes.
I remember, and somebody said that, I don't know who is Kama, but they say Kama is real.
Yes.
I remember one parent who came and we started noticing that the girl has a lot of potential in singing. You see, like a small girl who is 3 years could sing, singing, not just singing. You see this, something that's coming up. They're singing and they're singing. And you're like, wow, this is a talent you can nurture.
Yeah.
And you'll not give up. And again, don't look at the money. Look at what is it that you want to achieve.
Yes.
And you will get there.
In your case, you didn't look at the money. You wanted to impact the children's lives.
Yes. And make a positive difference in their lives.
Got it. You answered?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else before Goliath? Today my cameraman is called Goliath. It's a relative to Goliath. Okay. So Miss Teresa,
Yes.
is there a person who was a light to you in a dark season?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about the person.
And that person is not just one person.
Okay.
My parents.
Oh,
The
okay.
parents that we started the school with. They stood with me and believed in me when nobody else believed in me. Even today, that's how I introduce them. This is so and so. They believed in me when nobody believed in me.
Yeah.
They could keep telling me, "Teacher, Mom, don't worry. Kwani, how was the big schools? How are they started? You see, some schools were started from a sitting room. You're doing better. This is not a sitting room." Everything was giving me motivation.
Yes.
Huh? And I remember there's a parent who came and was like, this is not even how Rukira was started. I'm like, oh, really? So those parents gave me a lot of hope.
I like
They
that.
told me you cannot afford to give up. Push on.
Yes.
Keep on pushing on.
Yeah.
Yes, and also my mentors, they could tell me that this is how I started and kids started coming. So why are you worried? We will get there. And I've seen that. So my biggest light was the parents that I started with. Yes.
That's
And
beautiful.
they gave me a lot of motivation.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My second question is in what ways do you allow yourself to enjoy life?
Wow, good question. What I've done is number one, I've realized this life is not all about working. I love swimming.
Oh, okay.
So when things you feel like your head is blowing up, I just go. I can do 3 hours non-stop.
Yeah.
By the time I get out of there, I'm better. Number two, I've also learned to enjoy my me time. Yes. My me time, and that's something that we have agreed even with my husband, that I can go and have my me time. Yes.
So what does me time? What does it involve?
I'll go on holiday by myself.
Ooh, okay. Hey, your me time is expensive.
Not very. Because if you don't do that, have time, and that will also give you time to reflect on yourself. Because I tell someone I'm in Mombasa on my own, I'm like, peke yako? I'm like, it's okay. I mean, I'm okay because I want to go and reflect and also strategize. Because it's not being mean.
Yeah.
But you have to have your me time, because you also have time to reflect and strategize, think about where have I failed, how can I do better, have you listened to the people who are around you.
Yes.
Like one thing that has also helped is just to divert a little bit in our school is that we have our open door policy. We have a WhatsApp group for the parents, all parents.
Wow.
They
That's
can give their
brave.
views. Yes. I mean, what am I hiding? Yes. And I tell them, challenge me where you feel like we're not doing better.
Right.
And I tell people about
How? You've seen
and it's not only admins to post. No. The parents to post there, because give your view and they feel they're part of this institution. Number two, make these parents your friend, because I mean, without them, do we have a school?
No.
Just listen to their views. Listen, for was why wanasema skiza ground. Skiza ground.
Skiza Murema. Ground.
Ground. Murema. Because if you don't do that, you don't know where you're failing.
Yes. One last one.
Yes.
How do you guard your heart and keep it pure?
How I make my peace? I'm not going to allow anyone to mess with my peace. Like, I'm not happy with you. I'm not going to send Goliath to come and tell you. I'll sit down and you, Catherine, this was not right.
Right.
And you did not, this not, I mean, why did you, we have a conversation.
Yes.
Me, I don't have that as you. I'm going to say that, Catherine, me, I did with you there and then.
Yes.
Yes. And I say, even in a staff meeting, I tell them, what I cannot repeat when you're not there, it's gossip.
It is.
So I will square it with you there and then. Tumalizane hapo, hiyo imeisha.
Yes.
That's why I got my peace, because I don't want to carry baggage. I have so many. I cannot
time for that.
No.
No.
Just deal with it with the person.
Yeah.
I don't have the pain that is due. I go talk to Catherine and
No.
No. I will tell you on the face.
I like that about you, because I was saying this to somebody yesterday. I enjoy what people consider to be hard or complicated conversations.
Yes.
Because first, I appreciate that we're having the conversation.
Yes.
So whether it's hard, easy, hard, whatever, you name it. But you find people run away from a hard conversation because they're like, I'm not ready. And I'm like, let's strike while the iron is hot.
Exactly.
Then we both move on without merry-goes,
Yes.
And people postpone difficult conversations. I've never understood why.
Why do you have to? Like, for example, you've wronged me. Who do you have to wait for a week?
No.
Catherine, can you have coffee?
That's it.
Let's recap the coffee and then by the way.
That's it. Can either talk holiday.
And then it's quiet there and
it is. And
finish.
And it doesn't even take 10 minutes.
No.
So whether the person is present for coffee or on phone, you talk, you hear them, they hear you, you both come together, whether it's an apology, whatever makes the other person feel better, and they're done.
Yes.
But I find people carry emotional weight because Teresa talked about me to this teacher, and now I'm feeling like I can't work in that school, I'm looking for a job. Just talk to Teresa. Let's go find Teresa.
I will look for you and tell you in the face. It doesn't matter what.
No, I like that.
I will square it with you. Why do you have to wait?
No, that's the thing.
And then when you square it out, it's done.
It's done and gone and gone.
My baggage, and then I move on.
That's it.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I have a friend who, during COVID, he had an issue having a hard conversation with his friend. So these are two males. First, it was a very weird thing for me to listen, because I'm like, guys, you don't talk. Like, I thought you guys quiet out, nyama choma nini, and then done. So he didn't. And so I'm like, why are you telling me? You guys are neighbors. You don't even need to go through your girlfriends or partners. Just go meet this guy and tell him whatever. He didn't. 3 days later, that guy died.
Wow. Sad.
And now my friend has to deal with, oh my gosh, now I carried him. Now I'm like, okay, dude, like we can't, because it was small things. Now this man died. Just this sudden heart. Was it a heart attack or a stroke? One of the two. Now my friend has to deal with the regret of not having that conversation, the regret of feeling it wasn't even an issue. Like,
Yes.
I wish I didn't even. And then now the grieving of a friendship that he didn't secure
Yeah.
because it was a hard conversation. And I'm like, yeah. So, and it wasn't, it's like, because we are human beings.
Yes, yes.
We are prone to kosana. When we kosana, we speak
Yes.
and we move on
Yes.
and we grow until when we kosana next, we laugh. That's the ebb and flow of life,
Yeah.
isn't it? So I like what you said. And in that way, you keep your heart pure.
You have no baggage.
No. Yeah.
Like my dad taught me that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I'm born in a family of 5 girls.
Okay.
So the only man we had in our life was our father. So, bringing up 5 girls, beautiful girls, it was not easy.
Hot
Hot
chicks.
girls,
Hot chicks who do not want to carry water
Yes.
from the river to the house.
So
Those chicks
sometimes,
are not carrying
sometimes
water.
the house we could kosana. So that was like, do you know, you're all my daughters, but you're not the same. The way these will deal with issues is different. The way the other one will. And that I even up to now, my dad is late, but I remember those words.
Yes.
So even sometimes sometimes with some women groups, women are difficult to date. You know how we are. So sometimes I tell them, why do you have to carry baggage? If I'm wrong, you come and tell me.
Yeah.
Square it out, finish.
That's it.
So why are we going to talk out there? How does it help you?
No.
In fact, just yesterday I was asking someone in the village. There's a neighbor of ours who is a bit
vocal.
So I'm like, where do you get time to do these things? It's like, this one did this one did this. How does it help you? You're wasting your time.
Yes. Yes.
What value do you gain?
Does it bring
by
to
talking
your
about
life?
someone?
Yes.
Just bag it, get a move. Maybe there is square with you there and then
We're done.
Finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how you guard your heart.
You got your heart from that, and then also seek spiritual guidance. Spend your time in prayer, meditation, and also reflect on your life.
Yes.
Like when I tell you I go on holiday on my own, those are the times you get to just maybe sit somewhere and just listen to the ocean breeze, reflect,
and you anchor who you are. Yeah, you anchor.
By the time I come back,
you're building grade 7 and 8.
Yes.
Just like that.
I'll never say die.
Never say
Never
die.
give up on anything that you believe you can do.
Yes.
And don't underestimate yourself. Don't. You have a lot of potential within yourself. And associate yourself with the right people. Yes, associate yourself with the right people.
Yes.
I've told you, if you want to be the 5th millionaire,
you walk with 4.
If you want to be the 5th idiot,
you walk with 4.
The choice is yours.
Idiots, no, not in my life. Please. This millionaire here wants to work with millionaires. So for parents watching or guardians or anybody watching from any part of Africa and they have heard your story and they say, how can I get my children enrolled, or what is the process? How do I find Miss Teresa? Even for mentorship. Could be young girls watching you and saying, well, I'm not a teacher, but I just want that lady to mentor me. How do they find you?
Well, they can check on our we have our website.
Okay.
We have our www.marialoretto.co.ke. We have our Facebook page, Maria Loretto School. We have our Instagram. So those are pages that you can find us in.
Yes.
And you'll also be able to engage in a conversation and be able to reply to you.
Yes.
You can also reach me out on my number.
You want to give it?
Yes.
Okay, give it.
0722 353 800. Because
is that the one I have?
Yes.
It is a busy line.
Yes.
It is busy. You reply at 2
because something else maybe just to mention as you finish is that I have a lot of passion for families.
For families.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you've realized the families are under attack. You're married, tomorrow you don't want to be that person. So I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I found that in my school, besides me learning the school, God has given me another responsibility of making sure that these families stay together.
Yes.
And because you realize that the minute the families break, it's affecting these children. You see a child comes to you, hi, is mom? Hakukuja jana? I'm like, what have I asked?
Oh, how do you move from
I did that. She's not been home for 1 week. How do you teach a child like that? Do they understand anything? And I tell married couples and also that it's not about getting the right person. It's like making what you have work for the sake of these children. Children are suffering. Maybe that's something I want to mention because kids are suffering because of our differences. Did they choose to be born by you? Why are your differences affecting your children? I've found children in class who are just like lost. They can't concentrate. There's one girl who told me that she came crying to my office, like, Mom, I don't know whether I fight my mother alive. My dad was fighting with. No. This is a 4-year-old. How will they concentrate in that kind of an environment? Parents have to understand we have a responsibility. And it's not about having marriages work, but let them work for the sake of these children. Yes. But when I say violence, it's something else. I'll not tell you to just, violence is not, it's demeaning. And the minute violence get into a marriage, then there's a problem.
Yes.
But if there's no violence, you can make things work. What is so difficult?
What?
What is so difficult?
Whew. Yeah.
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 For the sake of these children.
Yes.
Because they're so young, and I've seen it, so many children are suffering. And ourselves, we think like, oh, I want my freedom. What freedom? What freedom? We can co-parent in peace. It doesn't work. Hey, Fanny. And our children are suffering. I can tell you from where I sit, because I've seen it in my school. Yes. But I thank the parents have been able to reconcile at least 2 families in my school.
Wow.
And I'm happy because that, to me, that is a big achievement.
Yes.
You see, because besides having, it doesn't make sense if the people you're working with are not, things are not working for them.
Yes.
Pray with them, listen to them. And sometimes you listen, because actually I tell the young people, don't make your age mates your friends. What has made me strong every day, I work with older women. Sometimes I have an issues like, you too. I'm like, what are you talking about? At you too.
Right.
And they make you look like, you're complaining so much, but
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So get to work with the right people.
Yes.
And I've said your circle determines your life.
Yes. Idiots or millionaires?
Idiots or millionaires?
Eish. Miss Teresa Wandene, thank you so much for coming on our podcast today.
Thank you so much for your time too. And I'm happy to have shared my story.
Yes.
And I hope we will share more
Have
stories.
more. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
We definitely, Goliath, we shall have more stories. Good. I like your thumbs up. Okay. And to you watching or wherever you're listening from, this episode is on YouTube and short videos on our other social media platforms. Engage with Miss Teresa, and especially if you want to have your questions answered on the schooling or the type of education also that your child can have, then she's your plug. Her number is on our screen now.
Yes.
Okay, you'll find her there. If you're outside Kenya, then you obviously have to put the code +254. But if you didn't get any of that, then just go to our social media platforms. We shall plug that in on our captions. Thank you so much for being a part of today's story. Until next week, stay well. God bless you.
This episode is in partnership with Novotel Nairobi Westlands. This exquisite hotel provides a high level of comfort and relaxation for all leisure, wellness, and business guests.